evening and welcome back to West Bridgewater for tonight's Game 16 encounter between your 8-7 West Bridgewater Wildcats and the visiting 10-4 Dighton Rehoboth Falcons. Wildcats return home after a 4-game stretch on the road in which senior captain Jag Garces reached a milestone only ever done by 6 previous Wildcats in reaching 1,000 career points. A huge road stretch for Jag, but most importantly, the Wildcats picked up 3 out of the 4 games in the W column on that stretch. The Wildcats will look to pick up a win to start the upcoming home stretch. Our player introductions and national anthem are just a few minutes away.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Dighton Rehoboth Falcons and your West Bridgewater Wildcats. Before we begin tonight's game, we'd like to extend a warm welcome to the Dighton Rehoboth Falcons and their fans to our school. West Bridgewater is a proud member of the South Coast Conference and the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. Here at West Bridgewater, sportsmanship is not only valued, it's an expectation. Our student athletes, coaches, and officials have all worked hard to prepare for tonight's game. Let's honor their efforts by keeping our cheers positive and respectful. We ask that there be no calling out of players by name or number. Instead, focus on encouraging our team and fostering a great atmosphere for everyone. We wish the best of luck to both Dighton Rehoboth and West Bridgewater. Thank you for the cooperation and enjoy the game. We also ask that fans please stay off the floor in between quarters, at the half, and during timeouts. We need to keep the floor clean and dry to prevent injuries. And now the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Dighton Rehoboth Falcons. At guard, a junior, number 10, Maddox Mendoza. At guard, a junior, number 3, Cole Riveros. At forward, a junior, number 30, Vasco Gamboya. At forward, a senior, number 0, Josh Reedy. And at guard, a senior, captain, number 4, Kensley Esteen. The head coach for Dighton Rehoboth, Bill Culbertson. And now, the starting lineup for your West Bridgewater Wildcats. At guard, a senior, number 4, Armani Lorette. At guard, a senior, number 11, Jag Garces. At guard, a sophomore, number 13, JJ McLean. And at guard, a junior, number 23, Ben Stapleton. And coach for the Wildcats, Ryan Otto. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And with the tip, we are underway from West Bridgewater. Dighton Rehoboth will take it to start the ball game. West Bridgewater coming off a 4-game road stretch. They picked up 3 wins in those 4, just losing to Blue Hills in their last outing. Coming back home looking for a win over DR. The drive in and a take is good. Messine gets DR on the board with the deuce to start the ball game. Lorette will bring it up for WB. They swing it around to McLean on the wing. Back to Lorette, onto the wing for Stapleton. Try to get into the middle, knocked away and stolen. Pushed ahead to Vivieros. Dished inside to Reedy, and the bucket's good. So a quick 4-0 start for the Falcons. Lorette looking for an opening. He gets it into Garces, feeds it inside, knocked away, taken by McLean. Back into the middle, Garces from the line. He gets fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. Jack Garces reaching the biggest milestone you could ask for a high school player. And only 6 other Wildcats have ever done it, reaching 1,000 points. And a huge welcome home tonight for Jag. So congratulations to him. Can't connect on the first free throw. But Garces has been playing since 8th grade. Can't say much more about the senior captain. Able to connect on the second free throw and get the Wildcats on the board. Vivieros trying to get it out. Mendoza pushes it ahead to Reedy. Reedy to the corner for Messine. Shot fake. Drives baseline, picks it up. That'll be a travel. So the Wildcats will start in the press. as we've seen them do so many times. And they'll look to force a couple bad passes, maybe force some turnovers. They swing to McLean on the wing, to Lorette, into Valentina, drives inside, and we have another travel called. Lamar didn't like the call, but it'll go the other way, and DR will take it. They get the inbound into Mendoza. He baseball passes it across. Valentina knocks it away. They push it up into the corner. Lorette lets a three go. That's good. Armani Lorette connects on a three. The first field goal of the night for WB. And we're knotted up at 4. Back to Vivieros trying to get it across the midcourt. And looks like we have an 8-second. So a turnover from DR, and the Wildcats will take it back. Wildcats look very good on the 4-game road stretch, picking up 3 wins. They're looking to keep that going. Valentina drives in, and off the window it goes down. And Valentina gets himself on the board. They push it across to Reedy. He fumbles it, regains possession, swings into the lane. Pass knocked away right to Messine, and he finishes it off. An unfortunate bounce there. And Messine gets his second bucket of the night. They feed it into Lamar. Lorette lets a 3 fly from the top, leaves it short. Rebound Reedy. Garces on him in the backcourt. Pushes it across the mid. Gives it to the top of the key. Messine on the wing. To Vivieros for 3. Rattles in and out. And Valentina will take the rebound. Sorry, that was Mendoza on the 3. Into the corner for Stapleton. Lorette, the mid-range jumper. Little long. Rebound taken by Messine. He pushes it across. Has it knocked away, and a foul is called on Stapleton. A lot of movement up and down the court. And we get another whistle in there. Vivieros will inbound. Get it in to Mendoza. Into the corner, he throws it away. And a simple turnover, Wildcats will take it. Lorette will push it up. He's taken most of the shots so far for WB. Connected on the 3. Stapleton on the wing, looking for help. Gives it to Garces, goes baseline, fights through contact, and back to the line goes Jag. Jag, a hard worker, does a good job getting to the line, fighting through contact as much as he can. He knows when the contact is coming. An intelligent player, knows how to get to the line. Connects on his first free throw. Hayden Roswell will check in here for Stapleton. Horrocks checks in for DR. As Jag just can't connect on the second free throw. The rebound, and they call a jump. And the possession arrow is going to keep it right here with West Bridgewater. So good work from Lamar to keep the possession for WB. With a 1-point lead here. Just over 3 minutes in. They get it into Valentina. Pushes it inside, finishes off the deuce. A good take from Lamar. He gets his second bucket, and the lead's up to 3. Vivieros controls it, taking a lot of time, and a foul is called on Garces. Falcons struggling to get the ball out of the backcourt here with the Wildcats pressing and standing strong in the backcourt. And it's worked well so far. So they'll stay doing just that here. They get it into Reedy. Reedy over to Vivieros. Trying to push it past Jag. Hand off to Mendoza, and they get it across to Reedy. Reedy lets a three go. He connects on the triple. A long way home on that three ball from Reedy, but he sinks it and ties the game up at 9. To McLean, back to Raza on the wing, into Valentina. He's had to work hard in this first quarter. He has it knocked away. Up to Messine, up to Reedy. Reedy finishes off the break. Reedy up to 7 points here in the first quarter. Lorette swings it over to Raza. Across to McLean, back to Armani, over to Raza. Shot fake, an open three, lets it fly. Can't connect. Offensive board is Raza. Pulls it out, gets it into Lorette. He takes the mid-range. That's good. Armani Lorette connects on the mid-range jumper. Up to 5 points in the first quarter, and we're knotted up at 11. Push it across, Reedy with it. Driving into the lane, pushing through Valentina. Knocks down the shot, and a travel is called, so they'll wave off the bucket. Maybe a bailout for WB, but they will not be complaining. Another DR turnover here in this first quarter. Lorette swings it over to McLean. Back to Lorette. Over to Raza. Into the middle. Outside McLean. Into the middle for Valentina. Into the corner. An open look for JJ. He lets it go. He leaves it short. And Messine with the rebound for DR. A lot of hustle in the backcourt. They'll push it up to Reedy. Lets the three go. He cans another one. Reedy having a huge first quarter with 10 points. And he puts the Falcons out in front. Lorette at the top, over to McLean. Another good look, lets it fly. He connects. And JJ answers the three with a three of his own, and we're knotted up at 14. They push it again to Reedy. He drives in through Valentina. Can't get it to fall. Good defense from Lamar. Raza pushes it up. A 5-on-4. Steps back, takes the three. Just rattles out. Almost went down. It was halfway into the cup when it came out. Mendoza lets the three fly. He can't connect. Rebound Garces. And they'll push it up. No slowing down for either offenses so far here in this first quarter. A high-paced, high-scoring first. Into Garces. Drives in. Through some contact. No whistles, but he gets the bucket. A strong take from the senior captain. He's up to 4 points here in the first. Vivieros puts it across to Reedy. Reedy into the lane. Pulls up from the free throw line. Doesn't get it to fall. Valentina with the board. And he throws it away. Lorette and McLean both weren't looking when the pass was thrown, and it falls out of bounds. Valentina and Raza check out, and Stapleton and Navin will check in. As well as Eric Mello for the Falcons. Into the game for Vivieros. Reedy has been the huge workload here offensively. Messine lets a three fly. He leaves that well short. Stapleton pulls in the rebound. And we're under a minute here in the first. Up to McLean. He drives in and puts it up off the window and gets it to fall. JJ up to 5 points and a 4-point lead. Mendoza gets it to Messine and a travel. Easy call made by the official. Tried to push it across the midcourt. Took one too many steps, and another turnover from DR. O'Neal getting ready to check in, and he'll do just that. He'll take Armani Lorette's spot. Big guards on the floor here with Stapleton and O'Neal. Under 30 seconds to play. Swings it over to McLean, back to Stapleton, over to O'Neal. Stapleton with it at the top. Holding for last. 15 seconds to go. Swings it to O'Neal. Back to Stapleton, onto the wing for McLean. Loses the handle a bit. Gives it to Garces. 5 seconds. Garces pulls up for 2, and he knocks it down. And they're going to give him the bucket before the shot clock ended. And the first quarter ends with a bucket for Jack Garces, 6 points in the quarter. And the Wildcats have a 6-point lead as we head to quarter number 2. And we're back to start the second quarter. Mendoza will bring it up for DR to start it. They get it over to Reedy. He was the bright spot in the first quarter with 10 first quarter points. They get it into the corner. That's for McCann. They swing it around. Mendoza drives in, pulls up for 2, and knocks down the mid-range. A good shot by Mendoza. Starts the quarter off right for the Falcons. They swing it around to O'Neal. Back to Stapleton, into the middle for Navin. Into the corner, McLean, and a travel. Quite a few travels been called on both sides here in the first half. Been probably the most prevalent of self-inflicted turnovers here. Mendoza with it on the wing. Puts it into the middle, into the corner for Mello. Mello gives it back out to Mendoza. Mendoza tries to drive in, loses the handle, taken away by Navin. Stapleton pushing it to McLean, fakes the shot. Stapleton, an open 3, lets it go, he can't connect. Offensive board fought for. Garces saves it, and Navin takes it. Jag, shot fake, mid-range pull up. Can't get it to go. A great effort by Jag, can't finish the mid-range. Reedy stabs back. Garces on the floor. They swing it around to Mello. He drives in. Dishes it to Horrocks outside to Mendoza. In trouble, gets it away to Mello. Mello drives in, kicks it into the corner, Mendoza. 5 seconds to shoot. Throws it across to McCann. And a turnover. And a timeout is called by WB. And we'll take a quick break. Lorette will push it up out of the timeout. Over to Stapleton. Over to McLean, an open look, he lets it fly. Leaves it short again. Lorette grabs the long rebound. Over to McLean, stabbed and taken away by Mendoza. They push it up, McCann with it. Over to Reedy. Reedy driving on Stapleton, pulls up for two. A good look, can't finish it. And McLean grabs the board. Stapleton will push it now. Under 6 to go in the first half. Lamar inside, and he finishes it off. He's up to 6 points in the first half. Mendoza fires one cross court for Reedy. He pulls in the pass. Looking for a lane, and he can't find one, but he does get himself a defensive foul there. They get the foul. They get it over to Mendoza on the wing. Swing it outside. Mello an open three. Can't connect. Rebound tipped and taken by Stapleton over to Valentina. Lorette will push it. Drives into the lane. Loses the handle and out of bounds. It'll stay right here for WB. Stapleton trying to get it into Garces. It is taken away in a fight for the ball. A jump is called, and the jump will keep it here. Hayden Raza checking in for WB. Under 5 minutes to go. They get it into Raza. Trying to facilitate. He gets it over to Lorette. Back to Raza. Across to McLean. Lorette with it at the top. Motioning for some movement. Into Stapleton. Lorette back to Raza. Raza shot fake. To Lorette. 5 seconds to shoot. Lamar puts it up. Has it sent back. And Reedy with the board. So a really good defensive possession there for the Falcons. And another foul is called against West Bridgewater. Foul called on Raza, another one on Reedy. And he has been the playmaker so far for the Falcons, so makes sense that they would guard him as tight as possible. Mendoza with it. Over to Mello in the corner. Gives it back to Mendoza. Into Messine. Messine fakes. Back to Mendoza. Mid-range pull-up from the line. He's on the ground, and a foul is called. So Mendoza's going to shoot two at the free throw line.
Wildcats foul number 23, Dennis Stapleton. His third personal, 13 foul.
A good opportunity here for both teams. It's been a very high-paced first half, so a good opportunity to slow it down a little bit. Mendoza able to connect on the first one. Makes it a 5-point game. O'Neal will check in for Stapleton. Good noise from the student section there. Doesn't work on Mendoza. Knocks down the second free throw, and we're at a 4-point game with 4 minutes to go in the half. Lorette over to McLean. Back to Lorette. To O'Neal on the wing. They're trying to get it into Valentina and let him go to work. They get it to Garces in the corner. Garces tries to get it into Valentina. He does. Triple team knocked away and taken away by Messine. Reedy will push it up on O'Neal, and a foul called on O'Neal. So that'll be 3 straight possessions where the Wildcats get called for a foul when guarding Reedy. Not only 10 points for Reedy in the first half, but causing a lot of foul problems here for WB. Mendoza will bring it up here for DR. They get it to Reedy on the wing, they double team, into Messine, a good pass into the corner for Mello. He can't hit the three, rattles in and out, and a bad communication there. And whistles, and an offensive foul. A lot of confusion there with Messine running into the referee, couldn't make the call after the bobbled rebound, but O'Neal draws the charge. So good work defensively by the senior guard. And Coach Otto calls the timeout to slow everything down and try to get this offense back moving.
Control that guy. I'd be embarrassed if that was my call. Yes, I yelled at her.
Out of the timeout, Lorette will bring it up. Coach Otto maybe drawing up the right play to get this offense going, and that will not help the play. O'Neal called for the travel. So a quick turnover out of the timeout, not what the Wildcats were looking for. Mendoza with it at the top of the key. He flings one to the outside for Mello. Drives baseline, gives it out to Messine. Messine will take the mid-range, leaves it short. A fight for the board, and Armani Lorette takes it. He pushes it across the midcourt. Looking for some help, has it stripped by Messine. A great defensive play. He pushes it to Mendoza. Loses the handle. Messine gets it. Mello in the corner. He drives in. Gives it to Gamboa, and Gamboa knocks down the mid-range jumper. A lot of ball movement and a lot of movement in general. But DR gets the bucket, and it's a 2-point game with 2.5 to go in the first half. Wildcats have to get something going offensively here. Going a little dry. Garces into the corner. O'Neal, shot fake. Drives in, gives to Lorette. Lorette to McLean. Back to Armani, over to O'Neal. O'Neal lets the three fly. Off the window, doesn't fall. Garces pulls in the offensive rebound, and he draws the foul. Great work by Jag getting to the free throw line. It'll be his third trip to the line of the half.
First personal, second team foul. Jag Garces to the line.
Just smart basketball there by Jag getting to the line, slowing things down, letting these guys get a breather. Can't connect on that first free throw. Couple subs being made for WB. Nick Navin will check in, and Hayden Raza will check in. O'Neal and Lorette will check out. Garces able to connect on the second free throw. He's up to 7 points here in the first half. And a 3-point lead here with 2 minutes to play. And a lot of contact. And they're going to call an off-the-ball foul on DR. So the Wildcats get the benefit of the call right there. And they're going to get Messine for the call. He's trying to put in his case with the official, and Messine will check out of the game. More good work by the senior captain, Jag Garces, to draw that foul. Raza in the corner, drives baseline. A good dish to Lamar and a good finish. Wow, what a pass by Raza. Lamar up to 8 points here in the first half. Mendoza feeds it into Reedy. Reedy on the wing, takes it to the top. Over into the corner, he lets the three fly, it rattles out. Vivieros can't connect on the deep ball. And the pass knocked away, and they're gonna call it a kick ball. So it'll stay right here with WB. 90 seconds to go. Raza with it at the top. Over to McLean. Back to Raza. Shot fake into Garces. Swings to the corner. McLean lets the three fly. Splash on the three. JJ cans it from downtown. His second three ball of the night, up to 8 points, and the lead is up to 8. Wildcats offense into some motion now. Mello fakes the shot, takes the three, and he splashes. Another answer. These two offenses going back and forth here in the first half. 5-point game, 50 seconds to go. The pass goes through the wickets of Garces. Reedy takes it into the lane, floats it off the glass, and finishes it off. His first bucket of the second quarter, and he's up to 12 points on the game. And the lead is down to 3 for WB as we are under 30 seconds to go in the half. Over to Valentina, into Garces, loses the handle. 3 guys on him in the paint. Raza fakes the shot, tries to get it into Lamar, knocked away and stolen. And whistles come in, and the foul looks like it'll be on Nick Navin on the fast break. And the Falcons will likely have the last possession here of the half with 10 on the clock. And no, actually, Wildcats are in the penalty, so that's going to send Reedy to the free throw line.
Reedy to the line, 2 shots.
So Reedy with a chance to cut this lead to 1. Able to connect on that first one. He has been the star of the show for the Falcons here in the first half, with 13 points here, looking for 14. And he connects. So 14 points for Reedy, and the lead is now 1 with 10 seconds. Wildcats will have the last possession. Gives it to Lamar inside. He can't finish it. A little bit of a lost handle there from Garces and Lamar, but the first half comes to a close. Wildcats lead it in a tight one, 28-27.
Including West Bridgewater, now have an opportunity to comment on those again and influence any changes that may be made to the regulations. For the time being, nothing has changed for West Bridgewater.
wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand?
On the count of three, let's give all your parents a big thank you. As we all takes a whole bunch of work, finding time, easy, and you all deserve a thank you.
Mendoza will take it up here for the Falcons. And Reedy loses the handle. Garces all over him. Mendoza trying to drive in on Lorette, has it poked away, and Stapleton takes it. Lorette pushing it now for WB, swings it over to McLean, drives baseline, loses his footing, and Reedy can't believe it. But the foul will go on him. And the Wildcats will inbound here from the baseline. So it was a very good first quarter from WB, had 20 points. As they get it into Valentina, he can't finish it. And it'll be pushed ahead by Vivieros. Driving is Reedy, floats one up, gets his own rebound. He grabs another rebound and a foul is called on Lamar. So Reedy will head to the line. It was a really good offensive first half from WB, like I was saying, 20 points on the board, but a very slow-paced second quarter from the offense, just 8 on the board. And pretty evenly spread through the first 2 quarters for DR. 14 on the board in the first and 13 in the second. Reedy to the line, had the big first half. Able to connect on the first one. And we are tied up at 28 with that free throw. And Reedy knocks down the second free throw, and the Falcons have their first lead of half 2. So Lorette will bring it up for WB. Gives it to Stapleton. Couple passes around the wing. Into Garces. Out to McLean. Lets the 3 fly. Can't connect. Offensive board. Valentina in an easy cleanup for number 10. And he's got 10 points. Messine will push it up here for DR. Drives in, dishes it to Reedy, knocked away. It'll stay right here. Last touch by Garces. Inbound to Reedy. Garces all over him. The feed to Mendoza, pulls up for 2. Can't connect, rebound Valentina. And the Wildcats push it ahead with Stapleton. Over to McLean. Back to Stapleton. Into the corner. Into Garces with some space. Floats one up. Can't finish it. Grabs his own board. Goes back up and he's fouled. So Garces will take his 4th trip to the line tonight. Jag had 7 points here in the first half. And he's got his first opportunity to get on the board here in half 2. Connects on the first one, extending their lead to 2. And Jag goes 2 for 2 at the line, up to 9 points on the night. Vivieros gets it into Mendoza. Mendoza pushing it ahead. Lorette on him. Trying to go baseline. Feeds it up to Reedy. Crosses, pulls up for 3. A good move, leaves it short. He hustles to get his own board. And he's fouled, and they'll count it. What hustle from Josh Reedy. He has been the guy tonight for the Falcons. Misses the 3, grabs his own rebound, and makes the shot through contact. That is the definition of hustle right there. And trying to tie the game at the line right here. Little bit of noise creates the miss from the student section. Garces trying to go coast to coast. Drives in through some contact. Maybe thought there was a foul, didn't get the whistle. Mendoza pushes it, fakes the 3, gives it to Reedy. Loses the handle, Mendoza pulls it in. Mendoza on Lorette, pulls up for two, misses everything. Lamar will give it to Stapleton, pushing it ahead to Lorette. Fakes, drives baseline, and rejected, sent way back. It's Reedy, of course. Why wouldn't it be on both sides of the court? What an effort. An emphatic block there from Josh Reedy. Wildcats will retain the possession. They'll get it into JJ, into Lamar. Double team, stripped of the ball, and Messine takes it. Pushing it ahead, floats it inside to Reedy, and an easy deuce for Josh Reedy. And another lead change, the Falcons taking over. Whistles and the officials calling for towels, and team manager and the fan favorite, Ja, will come in and clean it up. This is the first I've seen of this. I haven't seen the officials call for something like this. I definitely haven't seen Ja on the floor before, but I'm sure he's loving it. Sure is taking a while. Messine will use that paper towel to wipe off his face. And we are back. A little bit of an oddity there, but we're back to basketball. Lorette with it, swings it over to McLean. Pushes it inside, Garces from the stripe, leaves it short. Valentina with the board, and he puts it up. Up to 12 points, and another lead change. Under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Vivieros hands it off to Messine. Back to Mello. Drives in, takes it inside. A good take, couldn't finish it. Valentina with the rebound. And a travel is called on Lorette. Lorette doesn't like the call, but a turnover. And DR catches a bit of a break. And Mello will take it up here for the Falcons. Mello trying to get by Lorette. Good defense, strips it of him. Saves it, what an effort by Armani. And Stapleton pushing it ahead. And he is fouled, and he will head to the stripe for 2. Great effort defensively by Lorette to force the knockaway, saves it from going out of bounds, and Stapleton works his way to the free throw line on the fast break. Ben is scoreless on just one shot attempt from the first half. Couldn't connect on a 3-ball. And looking to get on the board here from the stripe. Connects on the first one, and he is on the board. Lead is up to 2, 4:16 on the clock here in the third. And Ben goes 2 for 2 from the chalk. Has himself 2 points here in the third. Mello bringing it up across the midcourt. Lorette behind him. Drives in, floats one up, and finishes it off. A nice take from Eric Mello. Lorette over to McLean. McLean doubled. Inside, Garces, shot fake, out to McLean. Pushes it to the wing. Lorette controls it at the top. Back to McLean. Lets the 3 fly. Splash! JJ can't believe that they weren't face guarding him. That's way too much space for 1-3. And a 3 from Messine, tries to answer, he can't. Offensive board is Reedy. And he's fouled by Garces. They're gonna call it on the floor on Jag. JJ gets himself into double figures with that 3-ball up to 11. Nick Navin will check in here for Valentina. And the Wildcats will run their smaller lineup. Garces trying to get on the pass. He swings it into the corner. Mello, an open three. Can't connect, and the rebound for JJ. Stapleton pushing it over to Lorette. Inside Garces. And a foul is called on the floor. I think they're going to get Vivieros for the foul. And no, they're going to get Josh Reedy for the foul. Mendoza will check in for Vivieros. Jag in the corner, gets it to Lorette. Over to Stapleton, back into Jag on the baseline. Floats one up, fouled, count it, and one. Jag headed back to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. Our pride and joy of the student section, Patrick Stanton, loving the effort here from Jag tonight. And Jag connects on the free throw, and he's up to 12 points. And the Wildcats pulling ahead a little bit, lead up to 7. 3 minutes to go in the third. Having a much better quarter here offensively. Diarra swinging into the corner. Mello trying to work with it, has it knocked away by Navin. He wants a foul. He stays in the backcourt, a 5-on-4, and a good defensive effort by Mendoza and Gamboa to force it out of bounds. It'll stay with WB, but no more man advantage here off that fast break. They get it into Garces, swing it to McLean, over to Lorette. He drives in, floats one off the glass, can't finish it. Rebound for Vivieros. Pushes it up to Reedy, pulls up for three, can't connect. McLean pulls in the rebound. He'll bring it up for WB. Over to Navin, he pulls the trigger, can't connect. Another miss on the three ball. And a foul is going to get called, and over the back will go against Lamar. Officials trying to sort it out, and they have a word with the head coach of the Falcons. Couple of late substitutions being made here as McCann checks in for Reedy and Stapleton checks back in for Navin. Mendoza with it on the wing, calls for a screen from Gamboa. Drives on Lorette, has it poked a little bit, and a foul is called. It'll go against Armani. This game getting more and more physical as we head later into the night. Into the penalty are the Wildcats, so Mendoza will head to the free throw line. Connects on the first one. Hayden Raza will check in here for Armani Lorette. And Josh Reedy, after a short break, is back into the ball game for the Falcons, as Mendoza connects on both free throws. Raza bringing it up here. First minutes of the third for Raza. Into Garces, feeds. A nice pass from Jag, and Lamar gets the deuce. He's up to 14 points on the night. Mendoza looking for some space. He gets it across to Vivieros. Vivieros hands off to Reedy, trying to let him go to work. Spins, tries to get by Jag. He stands his position, knocked away on the pass by Stapleton. And on the break, it's him and Mendoza. He can't finish it off, but Raza right there to clean it up. And Hayden gets himself on the board here in the second half. They get it across the midcourt to McCann. Reedy, an open three. He connects again. Unbelievable. They cannot afford to give him those looks, as he has continued to prove that he's going to make those open shots. Raza swings it over to McLean. Pulls the trigger. Connects on a three. Hayden Raza answering Josh Reedy. A huge triple from Raza under a minute to go. They swing it. Reedy drives baseline through Garces. No whistles, a lot of contact. Raza will slow it down a little bit for WB here. 40 seconds to go in the third. Shot fake. Fires one into Valentina, and a timeout is whistled. Raza not happy with the call on the timeout, as that feed resulted in a bucket right before the timeout. But Coach Otto will reevaluate the game plan here. Under a minute to go in the third. Out of the timeout, Stapleton will inbound. Horrocks checks in for DR. Seemed a little bit of frustration on the sideline for DR between coaches, head coach, and players. JJ will pull up for three. Can't get it to fall. Stapleton feeds it. Garces floats it up and puts it in. Garces up to 14. Tied for the co-lead tonight for WB with Lamar. Vivieros with it at the top to Horrocks. Back to Vivieros. In the corner. Gives it off to Reedy. Gets the screen. Whistles. And an offensive foul on Reedy. Great work defensively by Garces.
Offensive foul, number 22, Jack Morris.
6 seconds on the clock here for the Wildcats to try to make something happen and get some last effort points before the end of the third. Raza pulls again, can't connect. And with a second left, that'll end the third quarter. 8 minutes left of basketball. Wildcats lead it 51-40. Back and just about ready to go for fourth quarter action during that timeout. Head coach for the Falcons made a point to preface that exactly what DR needs to do to get back in this game is they have to play defense. 23 points coming in the third quarter from WB is the exact reason that they trail by 11 points. And there, what looked like a steal is going to get reversed on an off-the-ball foul. But exactly that, 23 points a quarter is not going to win you basketball games. So The offense has not been an issue tonight, as we've seen Josh Reedy gone to work all night long. But the Falcons going to need a lot of defensive work if they want to come back in this game. And for West Bridgewater, just continuing to play their brand of basketball on offense as Garces kicks it out. McLean lets the three fly. Can't connect it. And a loss of the handle from Reedy. Stapleton takes it away. Lorette drives in, feeds to Valentina, out of bounds. Last touch by Valentina. But back to what I was saying about the West Bridgewater offense, they just need to keep doing what they've been doing all night, playing their brand of basketball and getting the job done on the offensive side. Defensively, just stand strong. No open looks. Can't let extra points happen. Reedy drives in, can't finish it, but he will head to the stripe. Valentina doesn't like the call. And Reedy will shoot 2 on the blocking foul.
Fourth personal foul. First team foul. Josh Reedy to the line. 2 shots.
Reedy connects on the first one. Nick Navin will check in here for Lamar Valentina. A little bit of frustration for Lamar after that foul as he heads off to the bench. And Reedy can't connect on the second free throw, so it'll stay a 10-point game. Navin pulls it down. Garces pushes it. An open look for McLean. He passes it up. Garces shot fake, puts it into the corner. Lorette for the 3. Connects on a 3-ball. A high arcing look trying to get it over Reedy. And he does just that, splashing the 3. Lorette gets hit by the screen. He labors a bit. Messine drives in through contact. What a take by Messine. Finishes through the contact, looking to make it a 3-point play. But a concern here for WB as Lorette took that screen to his right leg and he now labors it a bit. And O'Neal hops right off the bench. And he's going to take JJ's spot. So Armani's going to power through whatever the sort of pain is he has in that right leg right now, as Messine looks to make it a 3-point play in a 10-point game. And he does just that. 54-44 is our score with 6:50 to go. An offensive shootout to say the least. They swing it over to Stapleton. Inside Garces, pulls up for 2. Little long, rebound for Reedy. Pushes it ahead to Vivieros on the break. Off the glass, can't finish the fast break. Missed opportunity for the Falcons. And now Lorette slows it down. Over to O'Neal. Back to Armani to Stapleton. Armani with it inside Garces. Stapleton. Back to Garces. Inside, Lorette. An open 3. Can't connect, but he will head to the free throw line for 3 shots. Mendoza cannot believe it, in awe of the call, as well as Vivieros and the DR head coach. Didn't look like a whole lot of contact. Lorette didn't make it seem like there was a whole lot of contact. But Mendoza saying he might have skimmed the hand a little bit, and that clearly is what the officials saw, as Armani will shoot 3. So Armani able to connect on that first free throw. Looking to put himself into double figures here at the free throw line. We have no official under the hoop to assess this. The official is talking to the West Bridgewater principal. And now Lorette will have his 2 more free throws. Connects on the second one, 2 for 2 to start it. He's got 1 more. He's up to double figures with that free throw. Gamboa is into the game for Horrocks. And Lorette goes 3 for 3 at the line, up to 11 points tonight. Lead is up to 13. Mendoza drives in, pulls up from the free throw line. A nice jumper by Mendoza. Under 6 to go. 11-point game. Valentina getting set to check back in. Stapleton on the wing. Gets it into Navin, feeds it to Garces, floats it, finishes. A great dish from Navin. Garces up to 16 points. They swing it over to Vivieros. Into Messine, back to Vivieros. An open look from the corner. Can't get it to fall. Gamboa with the rebound, gets it out to Mendoza. Tries to get by Stapleton, feeds it into Vivieros. On Navin, pushes him under. Floats one up, can't hit it. O'Neal pulls down the rebound. And Stapleton will slow it. At this point in a 13-point game, you're just trying to kill some clock and work the buckets that you can get. They swing it. Lorette, another three-pointer. Can't get it to fall. Navin cleans it up. Nice work by Nick Navin under the rim, and he gets on the board. And a timeout called by the Falcons in a much-needed timeout as the Wildcats have pulled to a 15-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Out of the timeout. Falcons in need of an offensive run, and they're going to need it fast here as we are under 5 minutes to play. Vivieros will spark a three to start it. Can't get it to go. Hayden Raza checks into the game, taking Ben Stapleton's slot. McLean, a lot of space. He can't get that one to fall. A good offensive board, and Lamar gets the whistle, and he will head to the free throw line. Good work on the offensive glass by Lamar. Love to hear Patrick Stanton's voice from the student section. You can hear him around the gym all night long. Lamar can't connect on that first free throw. The lead is stable at 15 here with under 4:30 to go. So not a desperate need of points here for WB. Just need to stay tall and play sound defense. Lamar able to connect on that second one, puts him up to 15 points. Mendoza pushing it up for the Falcons. Pass is knocked away, stolen by Valentina. Here he comes on the break, and he can't finish it, but he will head right back to the line. No time wasting for 10. He will go back to the line and look to pad his stats and add on to that lead. And they tee up Mendoza. A lot of complaining coming from number 10 on the Falcons side. And our student section loving it. Patrick Stanton leading the charge.
For a personal foul, Kate Levitt.
And they're going to have Lamar shoot the free throw on the tech. So Lamar will connect on that first one off the tech. That puts him up to 16 and the lead up to 17. And he can't connect on that second one. So Lamar hits 1 out of 2 on his foul free throws. And now they will send JJ to the line to shoot the technical foul free throw. And JJ connects. JJ able to knock them both down, puts them up to 13, puts the lead up to 19, and the Wildcats will have a little cherry on top. They'll have the possession. They get it into Lorette in the backcourt. Just over 4 to play. It's been a long fourth quarter, and we are just now halfway through. Lorette killing some clock. Working on Vivieros, gives it out to Garces on the wing, drives baseline, has it seemingly blocked, and a whistle will come in on the scene, and the Wildcats will head back to the free throw line. So it'll be 8 free throw attempts in the past 30 seconds for WB. A wild sequence on this end of the floor. Gamboa will check in for DR. Garces can't connect on his first free throw. He's been a little shaky at the stripe tonight, but otherwise been very good with 16 points. And now 17. Mello also checked back into the game. He works on Lorette on the wing. Tries to get it to Reedy. Vivieros comes in to take it. A nice pass to Gamboa, and he finishes it. Really nice feed right there from Vivieros. Lorette pushing it. Working on Mello. Hands it off to Garces. He'll control it on the wing. He gives it to Raza in the corner. A lot of shot fakes. He gets him to jump. Drives in. A nice move, but he can't finish it off. And now Mello pushing it into the corner. Vivieros has a wide open look, and he's able to put it down. And a timeout is called by DR. So they cut the lead to 15 here. 3:01 to go. And a lot of talk coming from both sides. And we'll see what happens here at the timeout. Coming out of the timeout, both head coaches of these two teams having words with the officials. It's been a lot of official timeouts coming in this fourth quarter. And Garces will have 2 free throws after all of that. Jag able to knock down the first one. Looking to go 2 for 2. Hasn't been 2 for 2 at the line tonight. And he is right there. Up to 19 points. And a 17-point lead as we are under 3 minutes to go. Reedy with a nice move. They double team on the wing. They get it into McCann. Over to Mello. A wide open look for 3. He can't connect. And an off the ball foul called on Josh Reedy. That's getting the bench in the student section going. Aiden Began will check in for Josh Reedy. Stapleton gets it in to Garces. Garces pushes it across the midcourt, drives in. Valentina finishes it off. Too easy. Garces to Valentina. The 2 lead scorers of the night for WB. Garces with 19, Valentina with 18. Began with it on the wing. They give it to McCann, to Mello. Mello at the top looking for some help. Feeds it into McCann. Vivieros, wide open look, can't connect. Offensive board, Gamboa. Began off the window, finishes it off. Armani drives it, kicks it, JJ. Back out on the wing is Armani. We got 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Armani drives across the lane, pulls it back out. Gives to Garces. And a travel called on Jag. That does not happen very often. Minute 50 to go, 17-point game. They get it into McCann. McCann floats it up, can't finish it. JJ pulls down the board. And a timeout is called by Coach Otto and the Wildcats. Getting ready to check in the bench unit here. Looking to get some minutes here late in the fourth with a good lead. Just about ready for the final minute 38. Completely new 5 here for WB. Sam Bell and Dylan Spadia will be in the backcourt. Tyler Bullock, Kevin Kierton, and Makai Sheriff will be out front. Kierton puts it across for Spadia. Spadia, Sheriff lets a 3 fly, leaves it short. Hustle for the rebound, taken away by McCann. McCann fires it up. Vivieros, a wide open look, and he puts it down. Minute 15 to go. They give it across to Makai. Makai gets it into Kierton. Floats one up a little too strong. Good hustle for the rebound by Spadia. Put back, no good. Mello with it. Has it taken away. Spadia with it. Floats one off the glass, and he finishes it off. So Spadia gets on the board. And the bench unit gets some points. Vivieros will push it up here for DR. He'll just let the three go. Doesn't get it to fall over the backboard. And out of bounds. .38 seconds left. They get it into Spadia. Gets it across the midcourt. Has a bit of a lane, drives in through some contact, and he will head to the stripe. Dylan Spadia has had some knee problems over the past few months, but he's been working hard to play through it. Working hard right now, gets himself to the free throw line, making his minutes count here. Dylan able to knock down the first of two. Caleb Thurston checks in for Eric Mello here for the Falcons. And Dylan goes 2 for 2, so he's got 4 points off the bench here in the final 2 minutes. They feed it to Thurston in the corner. It's knocked away. It'll stay right here with the Falcons. They get it in here. Vivieros lets a three fly. Little strong. Spadia pulls in the rebound. Under 20 seconds to go. And I think Dylan will just dribble it out here for WB. And it looks like he will do exactly that. He'll give it off to Mackay. Mackay will dribble it out. Clock hits 0. And a dominant second half from WB leads to a great 74-56 offensive shootout victory here for the West Bridgewater Wildcats. They will move to 9-7 on the back of an 18-point Lamar Valentina and 19-point Jack Garces Knight, along with a couple of timely threes from J.J. McClain, 13 points for him. And a big win here, coming off a 4-game road stretch and a good win to start a long home stretch. Wildcats will be back here soon, looking for their next win. Thank you for sticking it out tonight. We will see you next time.